Hi there, this is a quick video I'm splitting off as I said I would from the main report on all of the extensive spy drone footage of House of the Dragon Season 2 filming. Well, of all the sets that they're building at the Leasden Studios backlot. Main video was that they're clearly building a set of the top of the wall with the Night's Watch, and this is obviously going to be part of Jace's storyline as he goes north to Winterfell to make an alliance with Cregan Stark. I already talked about that. There was a second set of footage which was of actual actors in costume filming. Well, it wasn't the actual scene, but they were setting up for it in costume. And it was Aemond. We could recognize Aemond from his eye patch. And he was apparently in a courtyard of the Red Keep, lining up prisoners to be beheaded on chopping blocks. Some discussion over this, but I think it is very probably a point from the book where, in retaliation for the Blood and Cheese assassination, they execute all the political hostages that they took during the Greens' coup in episode 9 of season 1. So the speaking lines were Lord Merryweather and Lady Fell. It was weird how a lot of people assumed that, well, they were dead, but, well, no, they were taken prisoner in the books at this point. They were executed later. The whole point was bend the knee or be killed. They're in the dungeons now. The only one who we know is executed was Lord Caswell because he tried to run away, so they publicly hanged him. But no, the other ones are in the dungeons. So I think we're going to see Lord Merryweather and Lady Fell again. They're going to drag them out and have them publicly beheaded. Or some of them, there's a divide between some of them refuse to submit and go, I'd rather die than break my oath to Rhaenyra, and some of the other ones do bend the knee to spare their lives. So that becomes a thorny political issue. We'll see how they play it in the TV show. But this is them executing the hostages that they took during the coup in retaliation for Blood and Cheese. Because we know Blood and Cheese happens in episode 2 of season 8. This is probably around episode 3, so Geeta Patel would be directing this. The only question is, why is Aemond doing this instead of Aegon or Otto? I think that threw me a bit. I thought maybe this happens later after Rook's Rest, but no, it's just Aemond is doing it instead of Aegon. Maybe Aegon is mourning. That they say he was so grief-stricken that he got into a drunken stupor for a bit, then sobered up and went, I will avenge this. So, okay, maybe he's with his family, he's at the funeral or something, so okay, maybe he's somewhere else and he just told Aemond to do it. Simple as that they are both part of the Crownlands campaign that culminates in Rook's Rest, so I don't think this is some invention. I think this is clearly a scene from the books, and it's pretty straightforward. Next, I want to move on to talking about the meta-commentary on the reporting on all of this. It is exciting when you get actual footage of actors in costume, particularly because we haven't for weeks, months in the case of some of these ones. That I don't think we even saw Aemond during Caesarius filming, so this might actually be the first spy footage of Aemond back for Season 2, but it's nothing very specific. It's not a new costume. It's from straight down. The camera goes straight down, so you can't see them very well. And it's just him executing people. Point is, I'm really annoyed when clickbait news sites pervasively spam their cover image of Aemond with his eye patch and Helena or something because they know they're popular characters, when the actual story has nothing to do with them. Or they'll even mislabel it. Okay, fair enough, he's an iconic character, but then when they mislabel Aemond spoilers, and then it isn't about Aemond or Helena because they know they're popular. Like, I will use images of Rhaenyra, Alicent, or Aegon because they're iconic. I want people to recognize it. And yeah, at this point, because they're popular, maybe I would put an Aemond image in something, but if they're the face of the show, I wouldn't make the actual name of the video Aemond spoilers. That's just lying. That's taking advantage of your trust. So you know the difference between clickbait and, well, it is the main cast of the show. I'm just generically putting them in. You can tell when they're trying to be misleading. That some people, I've seen news sites trying to hype up these spoilers for all they're worth, when It's a generic picture of Aemond. He isn't even doing that much. It's actually a straightforward moment from they're executing political hostages. Took me 3 minutes to explain. That when news sites are just trying to make clickbait by hyping up, here's another Daemon photo, and we've already seen this. Even if it is a real spy photo. So I guess, well, yeah, this is technically the first Season 2 Aemond spy photo we got. I'm just saying, I make it a point not to bring up Aemond or the ones going Helena spoilers, Jace spoilers, when this isn't, that character wasn't even mentioned in this. Now, Jace is relevant to the Wall storyline, so that isn't clickbait if people mention that. And this, in this case, this was news relevant to Aemond. I'm just saying, it grates on me, and I promise you, I will never do that. Possibly to my detriment, when I'm saying, oh, here's a new character from Season 2 that the mainstream audience wouldn't know of yet. They're not a recognizable name. I'm not going to put Aemond in the title card and claim it's about him. Okay, maybe, if it's a new character in their storyline. Like Alice Rivers, it would be appropriate to put Aemond in a title card with, because she is part of his storyline. She's a character he interacts with. Maybe. But if these, you can then try to spin that into, well, anyone in King's Landing is plausibly part of Alicent or Aemond's story. No, they're not. If they just happen to be generically part of that, like Alice Rivers does link to Aemond, but, like, if we got casting photos of, like, the new Lord Stokeworth or something, or Lord Staunton of Rook's Rest, while that is someone who interacts with Aemond, I'd consider it lying to spam gratuitous is, the definition of gratuitous is you know it when you see it, that I'm not going to spam in images of Aemond all the time. I don't want to be the boy who cried wolf is what I'm saying. I hope you trust my channel that I won't bring up Aemond unless it's an actual Aemond leak. And this isn't really a giant leak. This is a moment from the book. It's not even a huge moment. But just the meta commentary, okay, 3 minutes on the actual thing, then 4 minutes here on just, I hate it when people feel the need to spam that, because it's in the long run counterproductive. People will stop trusting you.